And I was really thinking about some things that I just wanted to pop on and share with you guys, just a couple thoughts. And it's inspired by some conversations I've been having with friends recently, or a couple, like, no, they are friends, but I'm like some of my friends I mastermind with. And it was around the fact that we we were talking about each other, like, we have to get back to a point where we dream super big. We both used to have, like, a big, huge, audacious goals, and then when you meet your goals and then you get really comfortable, then you get really stagnant. But it started to make me think, and I think about the conversation that we have, whether it's in entrepreneurship, whether it is in corporate. We make really small goals for ourselves because from where we are today, the goal feels big. But I want you to pause and I want you to think about, if you were the person, if you were the man or the woman who you truly want to be, like in the grandest vision of what's possible for you. Let me take that back. In the grandest vision that you may not yet think is possible for you, something that you think is so outlandish and out of the water. What does that look like for you? Like, if you're like, in my dream world, I doubt if this would happen in this life. And I tend to not come from that realm, but the reason I want to is because I think sometimes we get caught up in where we are, and we get caught up in dreaming about the next level instead of dreaming about the level, because God is a God of multiplication and God is a God of speed. And if you have a big, audacious goal that in your mind it is 30, 40, 50 years off, God can shock the mess out of you and it unfold and it happens for you in less than 5 years. Like, all of these things, shalom, shalom, all of these things can unfold for you much quicker than you ever thought possible. But we get so caught up in small. We get caught up in next level. And I don't know if I mentioned this to you guys, but I same friend, actually, a few weeks ago we were talking and I was like, I wonder, like, what was going on that I was unmotivated, and I had to pause and say, well, what inspired you again? And what inspired me again, and funny enough, I don't remember. It was a specific example. I was listening to somebody else's story and all of a sudden it clicked to me. Stephanie, you were not inspired for the last couple of years because you met all your goals. You met all your goals and you didn't create any new big audacious goals. And so, even though these goals sometimes feel like, oh, they're way out there, maybe not even possible, the reason I want you to pick those is because those big, audacious goals will be the goals that keep you going. Those big, audacious goals will be the goals that literally drive you and will give you the fuel to keep going when it feels like you can't keep going. Those big, audacious goals, that's what, between that and staying in a community with other like minded people, like, you really do not know how important community is. I am 19 years an entrepreneur, and I still have to ensure that my circle is filled with people who are achieving and doing great things. I am still going to different conferences, and now I want to go to a biohacking conference, which has nothing to do with the work I do. But think about it. Think about the type of person that thinks about biohacking. Similar people, self-development. Do you follow? And so you have to make sure you keep yourself around the types of people that you want to grow into that next level, that next conversation. And sometimes we get caught up in being normal. And I want to tell you right now, and this is something other people may not tell you, you are not normal. You are not meant to be normal. Actually, let me take that back. Let me pull that back. You're normal for you. You are not meant to be common. You are not meant to be average. That's not, if you are in my circle, you are not meant to be average. We don't do average. You don't do average. Tell yourself, I don't do average. I don't do average. We do extraordinary around here. We do extraordinary. Okay. And so you have to make sure that that is what your circle is. You have to make sure that those are the conversations you're having. You have to make sure that you're watching and listening to things from extraordinary people, people doing extraordinary things, conversations that's extraordinary. You have to ensure that you are not one of those people that literally is choosing average because you're not average. You're not average. And so I just wanted to hop on here and remind you guys. I wanted to hop on here and just let you know that you really are. I truly believe that people who are called to my community, people who are called to my circle, people who are called to connect with me, I don't have people called to average around me. And if you are, you won't last long. You'll fall off. But those call to more, you want to like you crave being in community with other people who are like-minded. So just reminding you, dream bigger, create bigger goals. Six-figure year is not really enough. Even if you work in corporate America. I have a client right now. She is making 150,000 a year, which a lot of people would say, like, depending on where you live, that's not a lot. But she turned around and she started investing as much as she could. So she's making 150,000 a year and she has like 3 million in her Vanguard account. Because you can still build wealth. You can still do the things to build wealth. She has no desire to be a traditional entrepreneur. She has revenue streams. She's bought real estate, but she has no desire for that. And that's okay because there's a mindset of someone who is investing in things, who has things that's making money on top of what you're doing in corporate. That's very similar to that of an entrepreneur because we are not average. Okay. All right. Let me slip on my reading glasses, make sure I didn't miss anything. Amen. Preach. Yes, yes, yes. Let's see. I'm always thinking, what do I want to be when I grow up? And listen, I'm trying to see who is this. And listen, here's the reality. You can change who you want to be all the time. You have the right to do that. I sent was it a TikTok? I think it was a TikTok, but it might have been here on Substack. I have another friend and we met like in the political space and the thing about traditional people from traditional circles, they think you finish school, you go into your career, you might change your career once, but then like you do the same thing all your life. And they are not accustomed to polymaths. And I tell people all the time, I'm a polymath. Even though maybe my focus has shifted, the core of my businesses have always stayed the same. The core of my businesses has always been self-development, whether we were talking about business, whether we were talking about manifesting, like it's always spirituality. It has always been the same, the core of the businesses. And she's very similar in like having different careers. She is very, very similar in having different careers. And she always feels a little bit embarrassed around this specific group of people. Now, if you know me, excuse my language for 1 second, I'm like, fuck those people. That's Stebbing. Fuck those people. I prove nothing to you, right? Because you want to know what you're doing? Sitting over there, worried about me, watching me because I'm doing something while you're watching me. You are a fan. You sit in the bleachers. I am on the game and I am playing. And I'm always telling her this like, this is why we don't worry about these people. We are not the same, honey. And I promise being on the game, when you're in the game, when you are on the field, you are not playing the game thinking about, oh, what they're doing. What are they doing in the bleachers? What are they doing up there? Just sit with that. So I sent it to her because I wanted her to know that being a polymath is okay. I mean, like she has a degree in accounting. She has a degree in business management. Like she has like 4 degrees. She's very similar to me in this. She has different certificates. She's interested in a lot of different things. And therefore, she's done so many different types of work. And she's just getting ready to turn 40. And I sent it to her. And I am a big believer in every couple years you can rebrand and shift if that's what you want to do. As a matter of fact, I think in the climate we are in, you better be able to pivot. You better be able to shift how you talk about things. Because a lot of times you're not doing anything new, you're just changing how you talk about it, which for my entrepreneur base who are listening, that one thing, not changing what you do, but changing how you talk about it can give you like a quick influx in your business. Okay. It's a very smart thing to do when things get a little stale. But I sent that to her. So your comment about what do I want to be when I grow up, I think it just sparked that because you know what? We're never really growing up. We'll grow up in one area and we do that. And it's like, you know what? Now I'm dreaming like a kid again. What is the next level of what I'm gonna do? And being okay with whatever that is. See, make sure I didn't miss anything else. Thank you for saying that. You're so welcome. Do you still have the T line? No, I sold it actually. In January of 2024. It was acquired. Praise God. Thank you for the reminder, beautiful. You're welcome. Uh-oh. I don't know why this got so small. Okay. I hope that was helpful. I pray that was helpful for you guys. But again, that was just a reminder. Dream big, okay? Again, I know we didn't schedule this, but I felt like somebody needed to hear it. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Toodles.